Hey, it's great to see you here. Whether you stumbled upon this video out of curiosity or you're someone who's genuinely fascinated by the subtle, often unspoken ways we attract the opposite sex, I want you to know you're in the right place. Now, I know when we talk about attraction, we usually focus on the obvious things: looks, body language, confidence, charm. But today, I want to take you into a space that most people overlook, and yet it can be far more powerful than we give it credit for. Have you ever walked past someone and immediately felt something shift in your body? Your heart skips, your stomach flutters, and all they did was walk by. What was that? It wasn't a conversation, it wasn't eye contact, it was something in the air. That something is scent. Scent is deeply primal. It bypasses our logical brain and speaks straight to our memory, our desire, and our attachment systems. Men, even those who wouldn't call themselves emotionally expressive, are incredibly affected by the way a woman smells. In fact, scent often triggers his sense of longing before he's even fully aware of how he feels about you. It's not just about wearing perfume or body spray. It's about the story your scent tells, the emotion it evokes, the feeling it leaves him with long after you've left the room. And here's the kicker: most women don't realize how powerful this is. They think, if I look good and say the right things, that's enough. But what if I told you that your scent, the right scent, could make him think about you all day? That a simple note of vanilla or the fresh smell of your skin could give him butterflies in a way even lingerie couldn't. In this video, I'm going to reveal 5 surprising scents that do exactly that. These aren't just pleasant fragrances. They're emotional triggers. They're anchors that link you to feelings of warmth, desire, safety, and mystery. And when used intentionally, they can make you unforgettable. So if you're ready to understand how to create chemistry before a word is even spoken, to captivate a man on a level that feels almost magnetic, then let's jump into the 5 scents that give him butterflies, even if he doesn't know why. Let's talk about vanilla. I know at first glance it sounds basic, right? We hear the word vanilla and we think plain, safe, even boring. But here's the truth: vanilla is anything but boring when it comes to attraction. In fact, it's one of the most universally appealing and emotionally charged scents out there. And when worn by a woman, it can completely disarm a man in the best possible way. Here's why. Vanilla carries this soft sweetness that doesn't shout for attention, but instead draws people in gently. It's warm, familiar, and deeply comforting. And that comfort, that sense of safety, that's the real game changer. Because while men are attracted to beauty, what they fall in love with is how they feel around you. And when he smells vanilla, especially when it's wrapped around your presence, it triggers something nostalgic. Maybe it reminds him of someone who once made him feel safe. Maybe it connects to a childhood memory, a holiday moment, or even a subconscious association with love. Scent is tied directly to the limbic system, the part of the brain responsible for emotion and memory. So when he catches that creamy, warm note on your skin or hair, he's not just thinking, she smells good, he's feeling something, and that feeling lingers. What makes vanilla particularly magnetic is that it has a kind of dual energy. On one hand, it's innocent, sweet, wholesome even. On the other hand, it's sensual, inviting. It carries this gentle seduction that doesn't try too hard. And that's why it works, because it's not about being overtly sexual. It's about being magnetically feminine in a way that softens his walls and makes him want to get closer. I remember a woman I dated who used this subtle vanilla fragrance. Nothing overbearing, just a delicate, powdery softness that would hit the air when she hugged me. I couldn't even name the scent at the time. I just knew that when I was around her, I felt held. It was that warm familiarity that made me miss her more than I could explain. Even after we weren't together anymore, I would smell that same note in passing and immediately be taken back to her. That's the power of scent. It stays with us long after the moment is gone. And the beauty of vanilla? It's adaptable. You can find it in perfumes, body lotions, hair serums, candles. Even a touch of it in a body mist can do the trick. And when it blends with your natural scent, that unique chemical signature that only you have, it creates something one of a king. something irreplaceable. But here's the key: subtlety. The most effective scents don't overpower. They whisper. They draw a man in closer, make him want to linger in your space, breathe you in and wonder why everything feels better when you're near. Vanilla is the scent of presence. It's the smell that says, you're safe with me, you can relax now. And let me tell you, in a world that constantly demands men to be hard, sharp, and switched on, that softness, that sanctuary, that's where true sex appeal lives. So if you're ever unsure what to wear, if you're ever standing in front of your perfume shelf, wondering what he'll notice, reach for vanilla, not because it's trendy, but because it's timeless. And more importantly, because it speaks to something in him he doesn't even know he's been looking for. Now, let me ask you a question. Have you ever gotten close to someone? No perfume, no designer cologne, just the clean, subtle scent of their skin right after a shower, and it completely disarmed you. There's something unbelievably powerful about the scent of freshly washed skin. It's not dramatic, it's not complicated, but it is deeply intimate. And here's the twist. Most women don't even realize that this natural, clean scent is one of the sexiest, most emotionally triggering smells to a man, especially one who's beginning to fall for you. See, when you think about seduction, you might think about dressing up, putting on red lipstick, spraying your most expensive fragrance. But the scent of fresh skin, clean, slightly soapy, maybe even a hint of your shampoo or lotion, is like whispering, this is who I am when no one's looking. It feels real, and real is magnetic. Why? Because the clean skin scent carries with it vulnerability. It's you without all the extras. And to a man who's emotionally available and genuinely attracted to you, that scent is grounding. It's comforting. It gives him permission to let his guard down. It tells him, this is the version of me that's just for you. There's a reason people talk about the comfort of someone else's pillow or t-shirt after they've been worn. It's not about how expensive the fabric is. It's the scent, that clean, familiar imprint of someone you care about. The more time he spends around your natural scent, especially fresh from a shower or after skincare, the more emotionally tied he becomes to you. I'll give you an example. I once had a female friend ask me why her boyfriend seemed more turned on when she was in a hoodie and sweatpants after a shower than when she was dolled up for date night. I told her it's because in that moment, she wasn't performing. She was just her, fresh, relaxed, at ease. And that post-shower scent, that clean, soft glow of her skin, it activated something deeper than desire. It made him feel emotionally safe around her. It made her feel reachable. And look, I'm not saying don't dress up or wear perfume. Those things have their place and power. But don't underestimate the raw, unfiltered beauty of freshly cleansed skin. The scent you carry after stepping out of a steamy shower, wrapped in a towel or his t-shirt, hair damp, skin moisturized, that is the moment when he feels closest to you. It's not about perfection, it's about presence. Now, practically speaking, how can you use this? Simple. Invest in a gentle, skin-loving soap or body wash that leaves a subtle trail. Something lightly floral, clean, or even slightly cream. Moisturize with unscented or lightly scented lotion that blends with your natural chemistry. Let the scent of your shampoo or conditioner add a soft layer of warmth. When your skin is clean, hydrated, and unmasked by strong synthetic smells, you give him access to something men rarely get in the outside world. Genuine closeness. And don't underestimate how he'll remember it. Because later on, when you're not there, when he's lying alone or passing someone who wears a similar scent, his brain will light up with memory, with longing, with that quiet, God, I miss her. All because of how you smelled in that unguarded moment. So if you ever wonder, how do I make a man feel close to me? How do I make him crave being near me? Remember, sometimes it's as simple as being clean, fresh, and confidently natural. Because that is when he doesn't just see you, he feels you. Now this one is different. Unlike vanilla, which comforts, or clean skin, which disarms, musk has a different agenda entirely. Musk is not about being sweet or approachable. It's about mystery. It's earthy. It's raw. It's the kind of scent that doesn't ask for permission. It walks into the room and holds presence. And when a woman wears just a hint of musk, it activates something primal in a man that he can't always explain. Let's talk science for a second, but I promise I won't bore you. Musk is chemically similar to pheromones, which are the natural scent signals we give off that influence attraction. It's why some colognes and perfumes use musk as a base, because it taps into the part of us that isn't logical. It doesn't appeal to reason, it appeals to instinct. But here's what makes it powerful when you wear it. Musk doesn't scream. It hums. It doesn't say, look at me. It says, you feel me, even when I'm gone. When used subtly, it adds a sultry undercurrent to your presence that lingers on his mind long after you've left the room. And that's the key, subtlety. Musk is like eye contact. Too much and it can be intense. Just enough and it leaves someone wanting more. That's what gives it that butterfly-inducing effect. You're not just attractive, you're enigmatic. You're the woman who walks by and makes him stop mid-conversation. The one whose hug he remembers, not because of how long it lasted, but because something about you stayed on his skin. Now, I want to be really honest here. Musk isn't for every occasion. This isn't your grocery store run scent or your office meeting go-to. This is the scent you wear when you want to feel like a woman who owns her sensuality without apology. When you want to lean into your power without a word. It's the scent of low lighting and close spaces. It's the whisper in a man's ear, I know exactly who I am. There's also something incredibly grounding about it. Musk has that earthy, skin-like quality that blends with your natural body chemistry. That means it won't smell the same on you as it does on anyone else. And that's what makes it unforgettable. It becomes yours, your signature. And when a man starts to associate that specific warmth, that soft intensity with you, I've heard guys say things like, I don't know what it was, there was just something about her. I couldn't stop thinking about her. And I'll bet anything, it wasn't just her look. It was the vibe, the energy, and very often the scent she left behind. So here's my advice. Find a musk-based fragrance that feels like you. It doesn't have to be strong. In fact, the lighter, more skin-like it is, the better. Layer it in a way that it doesn't arrive before you do. It catches him after he's already noticed your presence. Let it be your secret weapon, the thing he can't put his finger on, but keeps coming back to, because when a man breathes in that hint of musk, especially in close proximity, he won't know exactly why his heart just started racing, but what he will know is that he doesn't want to be anywhere else. Let's talk about citrus. Yes, citrus. You might be wondering, Matthew, really? Like lemons and oranges? And I get it. At first glance, citrus doesn't scream sensuality the way musk or vanilla might. But that's exactly what makes it so powerful. Because the best kind of sex appeal, the kind that sneaks up on you, the kind that surprises you. And citrus has a way of doing just that. Imagine this, he's expecting the usual floral, sweet, maybe something soft, but instead, the second he leans in for a hug or catches a breeze as you walk by, he's hit with this zing of freshness, bright, crisp, energizing. It's like you walked out of the sunshine and brought a piece of it with you. It wakes him up, it says, she's vibrant, she's alive, she's unexpected. And trust me, men love a woman who keeps them just a little off balance in the best way. Citrus does something incredible to the brain. It lifts mood, it increases alertness, it creates a sense of happiness and spontaneity. It's the scent of summer memories, beach days, fresh starts, morning light. And when you wear it, even just a subtle hint of grapefruit, mandarin, or neroli, it tells a story, one that says, I'm not trying to seduce you, but good luck not thinking about me. The reason citrus is so underrated when it comes to attraction is because it's not traditionally sexy. It's not dark, heavy, or sultry. But that's exactly why it stands out. A woman wearing citrus smells like freedom, like energy, like fun. She's not asking for attention. She's commanding it without even trying. And for a man who's used to predictable, she's a breath of fresh air, literally. Now, there's a deeper layer to this too, because citrus doesn't just trigger alertness and desire, it also communicates something emotionally. It says, I'm approachable, I'm confident. I don't need to hide behind anything heavy to be noticed. And that level of ease, of lightness is magnetic. It's like when a man meets a woman who's playful but grounded, bright but emotionally present. He doesn't quite know how to define it, but he knows he wants to be around it more. And here's a little secret. Citrus blends incredibly well with the warmth of your skin. When you sweat, just a little, maybe from dancing, laughing, being active, that citrus top note rises and mixes with your natural chemistry. It doesn't just smell good, it feels alive. That's what keeps it from smelling like a bottle of juice. It becomes something intimate, personal, something he wants to get closer to again and again. So if you're the kind of woman who wants to be remembered not just for being alluring, for being unforgettable in a way that's vibrant and joyful, consider adding a citrus spark to your fragrance routine. Go for something with bergamot, mandarin, orange blossom, or even yuzu. Try layering it with something soft underneath, like a white musk or a hint of amber, to ground it in sensuality. But most importantly, own it. Because when a woman wears citrus with confidence, she becomes the woman who doesn't just walk into a room, she lights it up. This one is all about nostalgia. But not just any kind. I'm talking about that summer feeling, the kind of scent that reminds him of warm days, tanned skin, golden sunsets, and long, slow moments that feel like they could last forever. And no scent captures that feeling quite like coconut. Now, before you write coconut off as just a beachy vacation smell, let me stop you right there. When blended right, especially with soft notes like vanilla, sandalwood, or even a bit of sea salt or amber, coconut becomes something deeply emotional. It becomes the scent of escape, of being in a moment when nothing else matters but how he feels when he's next to you. When a woman wears a soft coconut-based fragrance, she instantly triggers his memory. It might take him back to a holiday he never wanted to end, a first love or a sun-drenched afternoon that made him feel alive, but more than anything, it reminds him of freedom. And when he begins to associate that sense of peace, joy, and sensuality with you, that's when something deeper starts to happen. Because this isn't just a scent, it's an experience, it's tactile. It's the image of you with glowing skin, a relaxed smile, hair slightly messy from the breeze. It's you when you've let go, when you're not trying to impress, but just being. That's the version of you that he can't get enough of. And when coconut lingers on your skin in that moment, it tells his senses, this is what it feels like to be around. There's something incredibly inviting about it too. Coconut feels warm, approachable, like the comfort of your hand in his, like lying next to someone without saying a word and feeling totally at ease. It doesn't challenge him, it soothes him. And men, though they rarely say it out loud, are absolutely drawn to the woman who makes them feel safe while still stirring their desire. Coconut has a magical way of doing both. What's also beautiful about this scent is how well it melted into your skin. After a few hours, it doesn't smell like perfume, it smells like you, like your body has been kissed by the sun and the memory of it stayed behind. And when he catches that trace of warmth days later,